Hello everybody, this is Kirby over yonder, and now that Season 5 of Bojack Horseman is out, I'd like to take the time to look back at my prediction video for this season, and talk about what I got right, and the other 99% of the video. So the first thing I predicted in this video is that Bojack would become a better person, and drop a lot of his habits, which, he kinda does. He starts drinking less, and he does have sex with his co-star, but not really anyone else, and he does get addicted to the drugs at the end of the season. However, it was accidental. It's not like, Bojack did these drugs, because he wanted to. He initially did them for his back, but he ended up accidentally getting addicted to them. So yeah, I was right about that. Kind of. I was also right about getting to see a funeral for Beatrice. We actually got an entire episode dedicated to Beatrice's funeral, which I didn't expect, but it's a really amazing episode, and definitely one of the new best episodes of the series. So yeah, I was right about that. As for Hollyhock, I I wanted to actually be able to see her mom, because in the season 4 finale, she says, "Oh, I'm going to see my mom." Like, I wanted to see Hollyhock interact with her mom and get to actually see what she looks like. But they don't even really mention Hollyhock's mom. Like, Hollyhock doesn't even bring her up, and we don't see her. Instead, that they say that she went to college. I don't know why they did that. I really wanted to see Hollyhock's mom and the type of person that she is, years and years after Time Zero. So I was a little disappointed about that, but I am glad that we got to see Hollyhock this season. I also predicted that the F word either wouldn't be used this season, or would be used at a character that isn't Bojack. But I was wrong about that again, because it was used at Bojack when he did something pretty awful. So I was wrong about that. I predicted that Princess Carolyn would get a lot closer to Bojack this season, because they'd be working on the same show. But Princess Carolyn doesn't really interact with Bojack that much this season. She does a little bit, but their relationship doesn't really develop too much. But that's okay. I'm not super upset about that. I also predicted that she wouldn't really focus on trying to have a baby anymore, and would just go back to focusing on her career. But I was actually wrong about that. She does try to adopt a baby this season, and she actually does by the end, which is a nice send off to her story arc in season 4, where she tried to have a baby. And we also got to see Rolf again, which is pretty cool. Believe it or not, I did get this right. Mr. Peanut Butter and Diane getting a divorce. Yeah, I actually got that right, believe it or not. I'm being sarcastic, of course, because it was pretty obvious. Though I wasn't right about how the two actually dealt with their divorce. I predicted that Diane would try to crash at Bojack's like she did in season 2, but Bojack would not let her do that, and she would try to crash at someone else's house. But that's not really what happens. I think she does spend like one night at Bojack's house, but she actually goes to Vietnam to try to find herself for one episode. So that was pretty cool. And then after that, she just kind of lived on her own in her apartment. I did like what they did with Diane's character this season. Definitely an improvement from how she was in season 4. I thought that Mr. Peanut Butter was going to kill himself this season, which he didn't. Though, to be fair, I thought I more so predicted that if this was supposed to be the last season, which obviously it wasn't because of the cliffhanger, but yeah, I do think that Mr. Peanut Butter killing himself is still possible, but he didn't do it in this season. Instead, he just found a new girlfriend. I was thinking we'd see Todd and Bojack kind of become friends again this season, which we kind of see a bit of. They don't really interact too much. I think they interact like 2 or 3 times this entire season, but they seem to be cool with each other. Like the it's not like they're really mad at each other or anything. They're just kind of like, hey, we both exist. So they're not really how they were in seasons 1 and 2, but they're kind of friends. I still would like to see an episode that's like just about Todd and Bojack and their friendship. That would be cool, I think. We did get to see Todd and Yolanda dating, though not really that much. They broke up during like the 3rd episode, which I didn't expect, but it was handled well. I was actually surprised by how much they talked about Todd's asexuality in season 5. I think they talked about it more than they did in season 4. I was hoping to see Todd face some of the issues that many asexuals face, which he does a little bit. Like the episode where he basically has to pretend that he's straight in front of Yolanda's parents who don't know he's asexual. Bojack continues to represent asexuality very well, and I am very happy with that. Also, Emily came back, which I was really happy about. I always found it weird how she basically disappeared after the 1st episode in season 4. But I'm glad we got to see her again. She had a fireman boyfriend, and she might start dating Todd again. I don't know. It's kind of left up in the air, but I'm very glad she's back. Also, although she doesn't appear, the thing that happened with Penny in New Mexico is brought up multiple times this season, and we do get to see her dad, Kyle. So even though Penny, we don't see her, I do think that, this is leading up to us getting to see her again, possibly in season 6. So I am excited for that, because I am really wondering, like, what's up with her. So obviously I did not get very many of these predictions correct, but honestly I don't mind that. In fact, I actually like how Bojack is a show that remains consistently unpredictable. I think if I did get everything right, then this season would be relatively boring. So I'm very glad that the show still manages to surprise me. Have a good one, everybody, and Kirby out.